Peace family, Tiffany Hills popping in with a video. I'm doing this video to send y'all over to a podcast I just uploaded yesterday, posted yesterday, and it's freaking phenomenal. It is phenomenal. And it's birthed out of the video I did when I was talking about, we're living in abundance now. We've crossed this threshold. We've experienced victory, good over evil. And what does life start to look like from here? And so go over to that podcast. I interview my cousin, Tandra Rochelle. It is just a phenomenal interview, share. So this leads me to this video, which will not be an hour. I'm looking like my grandmother. Oh my God, I've never seen my grandmother in my face. My maternal grandmother. I've never seen my grandma in my face. Hey, grandma! Oh, I miss her. Okay, just a sec. Since I mentioned my grandma, the Winans have a song called "Special Lady," and they're talking about their grandmother. When their grandmother passed, they just kind of honored her in this song, and that's my grandma. So if y'all ever get a chance to listen to that song, I might put it in the description box because I'm gonna go listen to it after I get done with this video. But anywho, in this interview, and what prompted me, was going back and forth about doing an interview because I was like, I'm just used to the metaphysical science, the heavy, the information, the magical information. And it's our job at this point to bring in the holistic picture. We got to pull from everything, and we have been. And I've learned a whole lot of that. I've got a whole lot of that from Mook. Just really stretching and expanding and seeing the bigger picture and implementing the bigger picture, and then seeing all facets of the picture and how all parts work. And so we finally did the interview, and it blew my mind because she broke down how she lives. And not that she's a spiritual person, but she's not like, I am, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm waiting to interview all these, metaphysical people, and or waiting to be invited by, certain people who are in the spiritual community. And now I'm seeing like it has become like this religion, you know what I'm saying? This club, this, it's not even supposed, it's not something that's supposed to be defined, because we are just spiritual beings having a human experience. And so everybody's perspective matters. You know what I'm saying? She broke down her experience so magically. You know what I'm saying? The way we live, the way we explain things, the way we, we have, certain words to, explain our magical experiences. And she broke it down. So, I'm like, girl, you know what I'm saying? It's our job to expand now, family. You know what I'm saying? And I am talking to myself at this point. This video is for me. And the prejudices I've had, this counts, but that doesn't. You know what I'm saying? This religious way of thinking, and it cannot ride. It cannot. And I didn't really know what I was doing, but I was being exclusive. It has to be this. You have to come on this level. You got to know this. You got to be studying that in order to be a part of our platform. And I didn't really know. I didn't know I was doing that. And so when the opportunity came, we just happened, we just talking as cousins. And we on the phone. I'm like, wait a minute, this is a podcast. You know what I'm saying? This is information that the collective needs. This is pertinent information. You know what I'm saying? And so I said, well, you up to do a podcast, cuz? And she like, sure, she's social like me. And so I was going back and forth like, I hope, how am I going to present it? How am I going to put it? Where am I going to put it? And it fit right in, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, Tiff, it's time to expand your light. It's time to expand your work. It's time to expand outside of this conscious community or this spiritual community where we're all just spiritual. We all have our stories. So whatever I see that is, I know that is a part, I can see the whole picture. You know what I'm saying? I can pull from gospel music. I can pull from my church experience. I can talk to Christians and still get the metaphysical message. You know what I'm saying? I can talk to Jehovah's Witnesses, still get the metaphysical message. I can talk to anybody who is on their journey, because we're all on these journeys, and nobody has the blueprint to say this is how it goes. It's the only way it goes. It's the only, that goes back to religion, following only one God and all this type of stuff that got us confused in the first place. And so I found myself going back to that after looking back and seeing this interview. I'm like, wait a minute, I know such and such. I know all these phenomenal people who are not on this metaphysical level, who have just as much knowledge, experience in life that is, I can see the holistic picture. And so I know how to present it. Be case in point, my cousin's story. And I'm just like, girl, I appreciate you so much. I mean, the playback is the playback always does it for me. You know what I'm saying? Just going back to listen, like, oh my God, this is, so those of us who've been in the Sarah experience where it's time to give birth, you know what I'm saying? But now is the time to give birth. It wasn't time to give birth to those things that we dreamed of. And so now is the time to give birth to it. And so now it's just like, I am like blossoming in ways in my mind and letting go of old restraints, and old beliefs to stretch out into this beautiful butterfly. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even really realize I was, hey, squirrel. I didn't even realize I was in some kind of cocoon. I didn't even know I was going through another rebirth. And Mook just did a video on her Patreon, and she was talking about finishing a mission. Like, am I done with this mission? Is it time for another mission? I was like, damn, hold on. That was hitting for me, because I was just like, wait a minute. I've probably been stretching my missions into lifetimes. You know what I'm saying? Or my seasons into lifetimes. And it's just like, no, that's over. Now it's time for this. And we got to know when it's time for something new. We got to know when it's time to, bless that information that got us thus far. And now it's time to, move into another sector of our work. You know what I'm saying? And to be excited. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very, very excited, because I know so many people that is, I just want to put a microphone in front of their face, or, or record their information. I mean, elders, young folks, you know what I'm saying? Just young people I know who are just brilliant. And we all add to the collective. This cannot become some religion. You know what I'm saying? And I'm taking myself out of that. I'm only this, I put myself in that compartment. I said, okay, I'm this spiritual person, and I can only talk to spiritual people on my level, you know what I'm saying? Or who I deem to be, and I will, I'm still talk to highly spiritual people, but it's going to be everybody. You know what I'm saying? From this point on, it's going to be the people I say, okay, I can see that light. I can see what spirit is showing me. I can see how the message will benefit the collective. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just so excited to create. You know what I mean? I'm so excited to stretch out. I'm so excited to start experiencing new things. And one thing Spirit did drop into my spirit was like, we say we want this and we want that. We want to manifest this and we want to manifest that. But you're only going to get what is based on your vision. You know what I'm saying? If you're not doing anything new, you're going to get the same old. You know what I'm saying? If you're not creating new experiences, it's going to be the same thing. So you can get just, if you, just bless me with some rent so I can pay my rent, that's going to be your experience over and over again. You know what I'm saying? If you live in hand to mouth and you just want enough just to get along, that's going to be your experience. But once you start stretching out and saying, okay, I want something new, you got to start thinking new. That's why I'm big on the rituals. And I realize a lot of y'all don't do rituals. And that is what changes the whole game. The ritual is to snap you out of your mundane way of doing things. You know what I'm saying? It's to get you creative. It's to tap you right back into the 4 elements. It's to, free you, you know what I'm saying, from your spookism with spirituality. And so doing so many consultations and even follow-ups, because I do follow-ups to consultations. I just don't do double, extra. If you get a reading, that's it. All you need is one reading. But if you do consultations and you want to do a follow-up, we do 3 follow-ups, and that's it. Because I'm, want to hear about your work. I'm not one of those people who are just, you just get a service and then you go on about your business. You know what I'm saying? I want to, support you in your work, right? So I realize a lot of y'all are not doing rituals. You know what I'm saying? You have to do rituals. That changes the whole game. You have to do deity work. You know what I'm saying? It can't just be, I'm doing my shadow work. Well, if you're doing shadow work, you got to tap into those energies that are within you. And these are deities. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep doing the same thing and expecting some different result, because it's not going to happen. You got to stretch. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm excited about what's up ahead, what I'm creating. Run over to that podcast, especially for those of y'all who are thinking about moving out of state, out of country. Those of you who just need to move internal, get rid of old beliefs and to see what you're really capable of, your beautiful creations and your dreams, bringing them to fruition. Like I said, what I'm creating is going to be more of a networking. You know what I'm saying? Where we all bring our resources, our expertise, our love, our gifts, talents, natural and supernatural abilities to the fore. And yeah, fam, it's on and popping. I'm just excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I love y'all. Y'all know all of my information is in the description box below. And I will check y'all out in the next video and or podcast. Peace.